The word Renaissance means rebirth. Re is again, naissance is the French word for born. So this is the idea of culture. What the ancient Greeks had figured out like over 1,000 years before this, it's coming back. A number of things contribute to that rebirth of culture, that renaissance. The first is knowledge. When people run away from the Black Death, they bring their valuables. And in this time period, one of the most valuable things is your books, because there's no printing press. Books are actually created by hand. So books are more valuable in some cases than gold. Those books are brought as valuables as people run away from the Black Death. So for the first time in hundreds of years, copies of Aristotle's books become available. So not only do you have the idea of thinking your way to heaven with Plato, but you actually have the idea of creating things, hands-on. Art is good from Aristotle. People also begin to get glimpses of textbooks that the Greeks wrote on how to make sculpture. How do you make a work of art? What is the most beautiful form for a work of art? Remember, Greeks, man is the measure of all things. People rediscover these Greek textbooks, and artists begin incorporating those ideas that the Greeks had with the more fancy schmancy technology that they have, and the result is some of the most amazing architecture and sculpture in world history. These guys have the knowledge. They've got new books, rediscovered Aristotle, found Greek textbooks on how to make art. They have the opportunity because they have people who are willing to pay for it, merchants and craftsmen, guys who want to define themselves not by the chain of being, not by a category, but by their own hard work. And then the Black Death provides job opportunities. The old gang of artists is all dead, so we have new up-and-coming artists and people who want to hire them. Money is around. There is money in order to pay these artists, and these guys are interested in putting artwork out there so everyone's going to see it, PR, marketing, and they're interested in earning those heavenly brownie points to counterbalance the naughty things they've done in making their business succeed. Now you put all that together, new information, new textbooks, people willing to pay for your artwork, and job opportunities, and you end up with a revival of culture. Now, that revival of culture actually takes place over in Italy. There are many reasons it happens in Italy. We'll get back to one of them in the next section of the class. Part of it's due to the fact that Constantinople kind of falls down and goes boom, and so all the power that was in Constantinople comes back over to Italy. But there are a few other things that actually contribute as well. Our class actually formally starts in 1402 in the city of Florence in Italy. That's where the curtain goes up for humanity's 2230 Renaissance to modern. All right. There are a few things you should understand about Italy before we dive into actually looking at the Renaissance and the Medici and all that kind of stuff. For one thing, this is Italy. There you go. Oh, look, a map. Now, Italy is not Italy yet. Huh? If you look at the map, you see all those little lines and all those pretty colored little different areas. Those are different countries, okay? Italy is not one country in 1402. It is a whole bunch of countries. You've got a Duchy of Milan, you've got a Republic of Florence, you've got a Republic of Siena, you've got the Sicilies, the Kingdom of the Sicilies. All of those different countries have different kinds of governments, different economic systems, and they all hate each other's guts and want to blow each other up. By 1402, there is gunpowder, and they really do want to blow each other up. I'm not kidding. There's wars going on all over the place. However, for us, where we're going to focus and where we really are going to start looking is right here, the Republic of Florence. Now, the Republic of Florence is a republic, and it's very proud of that because it traces itself back to its Roman roots. Remember, Rome started as a republic too. It has a strong hatred with their next-door neighbor, Milan, and it has a very religious way of looking at things. Everybody does, but Florence in particular prides itself on being a humble republic where equality is important. They have something called sumptuary laws. You can actually be fined for wearing clothes that are too fancy or ordering food that is too fancy because the focus is on humility and serving God. Out of the city of Florence, this merchant republic, is going to come the beginning of the Renaissance and some of the greatest artwork the world has ever known.